So if the idea of making $1 million from LinkedIn in your fitness business appeals to you, this is the one video you need to watch today. See, while most coaches are all blasting reels out on Instagram, hopping from one social media platform to the next, or doing content repurposing, trying to be everywhere all at once, the coaches we work with are doubling down on LinkedIn and seeing the revenue and client numbers increase every single month. I've got to be honest though, this strategy might not work for you. This works really well if you're a passionate coach who nerds out on science and you've had your own transformation, or you're in the trenches helping clients online or in person and you know how to get results. Now, there's one more person this can work for as well, but you might be somebody going from another career, you're already successful, and you're really passionate about fitness, and you're willing to put in the work. But this is more of the exception than the rule, so take that into account before you consider this. So let's get into it. So who this is not for is if you're a coach who likes to chase the latest fad or trend, gets bored of one type of marketing really quickly, who's still stuck with the mindset that long-form content doesn't work, well, this probably isn't for you. The reason I say that is because I've seen coaches go from struggling to sign even a handful of online clients and charging $100 to $300 per month to signing multiple clients paying $1,000 per month or more when they implement what I'm about to show you here. But the key thing is they were consistent with this. They really strive to go above and beyond, and they were prepared to deep dive into understanding their audience and creating something truly valuable. So that's what I want to help you with today. My main goal here is to give you a simple yet highly effective LinkedIn strategy you can use starting today to attract premium clients consistently, to grow your revenue every single month, and to have people reaching out to you, rather than feeling like you're spending every minute of your day aimlessly marketing your business on social media, hoping and praying you pick up clients. When you do this consistently, I'm confident you'll see just how possible it is to build a 6 or even 7-figure business. But like I said, you need to take action on what you see here today. So with that said, let's get into it. First up, I want to address the problem that most online fitness coaches have when it comes to posting content, and that is they use a shotgun approach. They're not really sure what to post and when, or they just post as much as possible at any kind of strategy. They wonder whether they should do a highly edited reel, record raw videos straight to camera and post them on their stories, share memes, talk about viral topics. It can get confusing and you end up overwhelmed at the volume of content you could potentially post, and then wonder why it simply gets crickets. Or maybe it does get likes and comments, but you're still struggling to sign premium clients. The truth is, this approach is never going to work, at least not today. Because while you may have gotten by okay simply by posting content 6 or 7 years ago, there was a lot less competition. These days, every online coach is posting high quality videos and writing some pretty solid copy, which means you need to go above and beyond to stand out. So what do we need to do? Well, the first step, which you probably kind of guessed from the title of this video, is focusing your attention on LinkedIn. The reason for this is that LinkedIn is a much more business-based platform. People expect to be pitched or sold to. They're there because they want to do business, and so most LinkedIn users are far more receptive to pitches and networking. They also tend to be higher quality clients. What do I mean by that? They're typically higher earners, and they're the kind of people who see coaching as a good investment. That's why our clients spend 90% of their time on LinkedIn, rather than other social platforms. The next thing you want to focus on is posting long-form content. This could be an entire video topic in and of itself, but I want to get into the actual strategy here as fast as I can. So for now, let me just say this. Short-form content can do okay if all you're looking to do is get likes, clicks, and engagement, but it does very little to really cement your positioning as a high-value expert, to niche down and really embed yourself in one particular demographic, and to build in the emotional buy-in needed to sign clients at $1,000 a month or more. If you want those kinds of clients, the ones who don't even flinch at paying $1,000 a month, who do everything that's asked of them, and who appreciate and value working with an expert, you need to be posting long-form content. And that brings me to the strategy I want to talk about today. This is all about running high-quality, niche-specific masterclasses. When you get these right, not only do these create much more emotional buy-in with your prospects than short-form content does, but you have a virtual 24/7 salesperson. Okay, so you might need to get a prospect on a call to convert them into a client, but these masterclasses really position you as a high-value expert and showcase your skills, expertise, and more importantly, empathy. Meaning when you get in front of your target audience often enough, you build up a huge amount of trust and authority. Plus, over time, the more of these you do, the bigger your content library gets. And I'm sure at this point you can imagine what kind of positioning that can give you. When you have high-value long-form videos on just about any topic or problem your ideal client ever thinks about, this truly is the best way to level up your expert status and command premium fees. And it's much faster than spending your time creating short-form reels or just posting transformational photos. Ask yourself a question. How many of your competition put out free masterclasses? And out of the tiny percentage who do, how many of those do one every single week? Not many, right? Probably none at all. But that's exactly why they're so effective. A weekly 60-minute masterclass, and honestly, it does not have to be 60 minutes. Let's say 30 minutes, right? 60 minutes, you're being an overachiever. It works well for a few reasons. Firstly, like I said, hardly anyone does them, which immediately helps you stand out as a coach who's willing to openly share their expertise. Secondly, they take time, care, and attention to put together. Obviously, the way I'm showing you today streamlines and fast tracks the process, but this still might take you a total of 5 or 6 hours in a week between the research, the planning, and the delivery. But that's a good thing, because something that takes this level of effort is something that only a true expert would do. So you're automatically leveling up in the eyes of your audience. And finally, running a masterclass like this builds more trust and reciprocity and emotional buy-in than 20 or 30 short-form written posts. So while it may take longer, the results are well worth it. Okay, so now let's get into what a masterclass will look like. The first thing you're gonna do is brainstorm different topics that your target client wants to know about. I'm assuming you already have your ICP, that's your ideal client psychographic or exact target client. Let's say it's male lawyers in their 30s. These guys are single, have high-paying jobs, and have achieved a lot of success in every area of their life, except for their relationships and maybe with their body. What are some of the problems they might have? Maybe it's finding time to hit the gym. That's one problem, but within that, there will be other problems. What's the best split to do? Can they get an effective workout training from home? Is there a way they can burn fat and build muscle at the same time with just 3 30-minute sessions a week? What exercises do they need to do to correct bad posture from sitting all day? That's 4 topics right there. Another problem is obviously nutrition, but again, we have micro problems within that. How can they tackle cravings? What's the best way to balance having to go to all these networking events and client dinners while getting lean? What's the deal with low-carb diets? How should the best fuel around workouts so they can train with intensity and recover well afterwards? That's another 4 in the bank. Or maybe simply wanting to be more productive and energetic alongside being leaner. You could also cover what's the best morning routine, what they should and should not take when it comes to supplements, a masterclass on meal frequency and fasting, and helping them feel productive, on fire, and focused through optimizing their sleep routine. That's your 12 weeks done right there. See how that works? The important thing here is that you're not just recycling the same old how to lose 20 pounds or how to build muscle type of masterclasses. Sure, there will be elements of overlap in all of these, and that's okay. But the way you'll position each one needs to sound new, fresh, and exciting. Even more, you want to position these in a way that focuses on the pillars or principles, so you can relate every masterclass back to your core ideas and your business philosophies. The goal here is to take someone from the point of confusion to the point of clarity around these micro topics. Can you see though that we're picking out specific problems, looking to address these in detail with every masterclass? This all comes down to really knowing your audience well and being able to identify what I call micro problems and micro outcomes. Once you know these, you won't ever run out of masterclass ideas. So take some time to get your 12 topics together for the next 3 months, then it's time to take the next step. The next step is getting people to actually attend the class. What I'd recommend that you do is maybe 4 posts per week alongside the masterclass. So 2 of these posts can be pure value, either with no call to action or with a call to action to drop a message or reach out if they need help. This is the kind of thing you're probably already doing. The other 2 posts should be geared solely to getting people excited for the masterclass. These should still contain a ton of value in addressing a pressing problem your ideal client has, but rather than giving them the whole solution in the post, you tell them the solution comes in the form of the masterclass. They need to attend to get it. A great structure to use here is PAS. It's called Problem, Agitate, Solve. This is super simple, but it works like a dream. For a Problem, Agitate, Solve post, you need to set the stage with talking about the problem. Again, keep these problems specific, like only being able to train at home or struggling with mid-afternoon energy crashes or dealing with cravings. Then you agitate the problem by speaking to how it makes them feel and what further problems this creates, how it makes achieving their goals so much harder and how annoying and frustrating it is. Then give them the light of the tunnel. Tell them that later this week you're running a free masterclass that's going to cover exactly how to eliminate this problem so they can finally get momentum and move towards their goals. Now, granted, I've used some generic language here. You're going to want to get more specific than this, but you can see how this structure works. Make sure you really up the scarcity and urgency for attending the masterclass as well, because you're running one every week. This gives a lot of opportunity to add genuine scarcity and get people to act. But just one thing to note, when you wrap up these promotional posts, you can either link them to some kind of landing page or registration page where people have to enter their details to get access when you go live, or you can ask people to comment if they're interested and then send them a link via DM. Personally, I like sending people to a registration page, might be better as a way to capture their email too, but for now, just go ahead and do whatever is easier for you. The whole idea here is to get people excited to attend and not just recycle the same old big picture content your competition is churning out. Really go granular with your topics and come up with as many mini problems as you can. So now that you've got your topics and you've done your promotional post, now it's time and you're going to go live. So what do you actually do or say? Well, I like to break my masterclasses down into 3 sections. The first 10 minutes or so sets the stage. You're going to talk about many problems your prospect is having, the outcome they want, and just establish your own credibility by sharing your expertise and a few quick case studies of people you've helped. The cool thing is 80-90% of this can stay the same on every masterclass. The second section would last between 20 and 40 minutes, and it's mostly teaching. This is where you give advice around the topic in question and deliver a ton of value. You really really want people to be wowed here, so don't hold back. Then finally, in this case, as per the intro, this can be just 10 minutes and will be the same for almost all your masterclasses, regardless of the topic. The goal here is simple, to get viewers to book a call to work with you. So what you want to do is give a brief summary of what you covered and then walk the viewer through what their options are. Option 1 is do nothing and go back to dealing with all the struggles they had before. And option 2 is take the information they saw today and try to implement it themselves. While this is noble, it's probably not going to work. And even though they might make some progress, chances are the journey will be slow, painful, and full of errors. Therefore, the best solution is option 3, to book a call with you and you can walk them through exactly how you can help them ditch their problems and activate the health, physique, and lifestyle they want in the fastest, least stressful way possible. Now, clearly you're going to want some personalization here. You want your viewer to feel seen, heard, and understood, and see booking a call as an obvious way to escape their current hell. And the cool thing is, the more you do these masterclasses, the more natural and effective your closes will be. And if you really know your ideal client and you did a great job in teaching the section, you can do just fine and book calls with a very average close. Practice here really does make perfect, which is why I suggest committing to doing one of these a week for at least a year. Get this right, and not only is running a weekly masterclass a highly effective way to improve your presentation and enhance your positioning as a high-value expert, it's also a great tool to get potential perfect fit clients on the phone, knowing they already have a huge amount of buy-in to what it is that you offer. In case you're still not 100% convinced though, let's look at the numbers. Say your coaching costs $1,000 per month and your average client stays for 5 months. That's a $5,000 lifetime client value, meaning you just need 200 clients to hit that $1 million mark. Let's also say you have 10% of masterclass attendees book a call with you and 50% of these sign up for coaching. That means for every 100 people you get to attend a masterclass, you book 10 calls and sign 5 clients for $5,000 cash injection and a $25,000 overall value. I don't know about you, but that seems to be a pretty good ROI to me. And you can see how the more of these you do and the bigger your following gets, the more profitable every weekly masterclass becomes. One final point, definitely record every masterclass. If you're just doing these live and then not having any recordings, you're leaving a lot of income and impact on the table. The beauty of this strategy is that if people can go back and access your old masterclasses, you have a super powerful content library that's acting like a virtual salesperson for you 24 hours a day. You can take these masterclass recordings and make them into pinned posts for new followers. You can send specific ones to people who inquire or want to ask you questions. You can even bundle them together and offer access to an entire folder if people sign up for your email list or comment on one of your posts. You're taking time and energy to create these, so you may as well use them to bring in more premium clients, right? So that's really the main strategy today, and a tried and tested way to go from $0 to $1 million on LinkedIn with one masterclass a week. If you like this video, subscribe to the channel and also drop me a comment if you have any questions. I will see you in the next video.